Everything from overlanding in your stock rig to full-on LS-powered 2 buggies on stickies. This is the Total Offroad Podcast. I'm your host, Steve.
And I'm Ian, and we are here with episode 23.
Lucky.
I don't know if we need to bring that back or not.
I'm bringing it back.
I mean, let's be honest.
I'm not going to talk about it, but that's it.
We can bring it back.
Okay. It's back this episode.
We don't want to talk about it?
Nope. I'm not going to drag on about it.
And lucky number 23 gets us started. What did you do this week?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, well, that was a quick segment. And moving on. You really didn't do anything? I mean, you got that whole, okay, baby to take care of.
Yeah, okay, baby to take care of. And I had some polishing stuff going on, so I had to do that.
So you didn't do nothing?
No, I didn't do nothing.
Okay. Give yourself credit, man.
Yeah. Just doing the normal weekly stuff.
The same usual grind.
Yep.
Nice.
There's the yawns.
Yep.
They always come in.
This is not going to be a drunken, sleep-deprived episode. I promise you that, because you're not that tired. That was just a rando, it's bedtime.
I had a weird last night. I went in the garage last night at 9. I was cleaning the garage, and then I was like, maybe I'll start polishing a wheel just to try to get some motivation going. And then 4 wheels later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
And you're like, why the fuck can this not kick in a normal time? And I always do that. I'm like midnight, and I'm like, I want to go weld something. And it's like, go to bed, stupid. It's Tuesday. Damn it.
Did you have a good weekend?
Weekend?
Yeah, this one coming up.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
What do you mean?
What?
Well, there's 3 days in this weekend coming up.
Yep.
Have
I had a good weekend? I mean, podcast Tuesday.
Podcast Tuesday.
I don't know what the fuck I did this weekend.
All of our listeners are coming off the weekend. I hope they had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's alive and sunburnt. Here's what I've done so far this week. And so this weekend, in non-real time, I mean, it's Friday night.
I'm listening.
I have moved the buggy chassis, rolled that SOB outside, grabbed it with a skid loader, and put it out in the back in the driveway.
Nice.
It looks real good out in the wild.
Is it?
And the cab is now on jack stands in the garage. So
not Harbor Freight jack stands?
Nope.
That's a good thing.
We should bring that up in a minute. Yeah, it's on jack stands, ready for paint. Paint prep starts tomorrow morning.
Sweet.
So,
and by paint, you mean Raptor.
Raptor liner.
Okay.
So, quick side note, Harbor Freight, check your jack stands.
I would give you the part numbers, but I don't have them written down.
There's
I know
3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3 part numbers. I know that I own 4 of the jack stands under that.
Oh, recall. You own some.
Yep.
So, I do not own any Harbor Freight jack stands at the house. But we have some at the shop, and they are, I think we got 3 or 4 sets of them, and they are not the affected part numbers.
Nice.
So I don't know.
Are they red?
I know they're the same gray. So I don't know.
Neat.
But I know
that my 4 fall under
a couple
category.
Other people I know have had those.
I talked to the guy today at Harbor Freight because I was in there picking up some other stuff, and I was like, what's the deal with the jack stands? He's like, oh, yeah, it's a recall, and we'll be doing it until they get all returned, basically, until everybody brings them back. I'm
sure they have a,
So if for some reason you live under a rock and you haven't been on the internet,
fuck,
please, you need to get on the.
Please don't be like, fucking fake jack stand.
They're cheap. They're cheap.
Just take them back and go buy something else. Yeah. They give you a dunk, because I think the deal is they give you a gift card or new ones or whatever.
Gift card for the amount of the shelf value. Yeah. So whatever they're valued at on the shelf.
Which, be real, you use the fucking 20% off coupon anyway. So
they're giving you money.
They're giving you money
back.
But nobody's life is worth a fucking jack stand cost. Come on.
Well, so the set that I have are all 3 tons.
Yep.
And they are I don't use them for. I think I've used them underneath the Liberty a couple times, maybe in the garage, but I always have the jack under there. You look at the jack, you're like, yep, this is garbage. That the stands aren't high quality, but they're better than nothing.
Until they fall on you.
Then they are worse than nothing. Right?
Yeah.
I have big reds underneath of Loki.
Those are good ones.
Yep. I like them. They have the pin that slides in from the side to lock them in.
Yep.
That's the only way I fly.
Yep.
If it's holding a vehicle up, it needs to have a pin.
Yep. That's what I've got.
With the exception of my rigid stands. They don't have a pin. They may have a pin before this is all said and done, but right now they don't have a pin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So moving on.
On to the move.
That's all you did this week? Just polish some stuff and do some baby stuff. I talked
to people on the phone. I pondered some things. I did talk to somebody.
A guy,
a listener. And we kind of chit-chatted about Cherokee things. And his name is Adam. And he is my Jeep doppelganger.
Okay.
So we both have 95 Cherokees that are aqua pearl.
Just share a moment.
No.
Okay. I didn't know if that was like a bonding moment.
A bonding moment.
Did we just become brothers? Are we best friends?
It could be.
What do we do?
No, he's building his and stuff like that. And we were talking about, he's like, I got a Ford, I got a 9 and a 44 and same, like, he's like, we essentially have the same Jeep. I was like, yeah, except for you have a lot of tube inside of yours.
Ooh, a little cage action.
Yeah. He cut the whole front of it off and built it all out of tube.
Oh, so he's not just got like a cage. He's got like.
It's like wants to be a chassis.
Oh,
it's very chassis like.
Upping you.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to step your game up is pretty much what you're getting at then. I mean.
He's building like a race car.
Well, it's building a race car.
I don't know. But anyway.
Race XJ.
He deals in gears also.
Jesus.
Yeah, everybody's a gear dealer.
All the gears.
He sells Revolution.
Nice.
And he was just telling me that that he's had really good luck with Revolution gears. And that's why he runs in all his stuff. And when it comes to like the industry, like Revolution is second to none as well. So kind of was thinking about that. He's like, oh, let me get your price on. I'm like, go for it.
Yeah.
Give me your price on.
Give me your dollars.
Yep. So he did that. It's comparable to Brian's price. And
flip a quarter.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I don't know who I'll go with yet. I'll figure it out when I go to pull that trigger.
As long as I give you a sticker.
I gotta get a sticker.
Make sure they get you a sticker.
Better send me a sticker, else I'm not buying from
or
you.
You're going to get a whole episode on our podcast, and all 12 listeners will know that you don't send stickers.
That you don't send stickers.
And that's a big deal. I'm telling you.
All 12 listeners.
Yeah.
It's more than 12. I can guarantee you that.
I know, but I don't want to shoot too high. I don't want to shoot for like a regular, like reasonable, like number.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, we got 3 listeners. Perfect. Because we got more than 3. Like I listened to it. So
3
that's
legitimate
1.
listeners.
Yeah.
And then the wife.
Yeah.
If you are listening to this episode and you have not joined in the private group, you're missing out. Oh, we've done jacked this all up.
Why?
I was going to do a live tonight.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. That was about 3 hours ago we had that conversation, though. Yeah, we had a quick 5-minute phone call. That was an hour and 46 minutes later.
It's 5 minutes just goes by so quickly.
Yes, it does. So, yeah, we'll do that another time that it's not late as
I might still do it. You never know.
Nobody's awake.
People are awake. It's Friday on Memorial Day weekend.
People that are awake are drunk.
They're drinking.
Now. They're a lot drunker than we are.
Even more fun. Oh, I'm about to throw it up here in a second. Anyway, I was talking to Adam about gears and things like that, and it seems to be the general consensus is everybody is pretty okay with the 538s being in a Dana 44. So that's cool.
Do it.
I'm gonna probably pull the front end out like we were talking about on the last episode.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull the front axle out and put it on pipe stands.
Do it.
And plate it while it's sitting there.
Do it.
It's like I'm not going anywhere anyway.
Nope.
Planning on it.
Just do it.
And then just kind of get some other stuff. Get that front end more dialed in because it's a mess. So I like it. That is the plans for Loki. That is what I did this week. I just did planning. Planning. You
have to have a good plan before you can start going.
We had a crappy week weather-wise.
Fucking rain.
It was like 60 and rainy. Like you can't do anything out in the driveway when it's raining.
Nope.
Unless you are cool and you like put up a pop-up tent. I think.
Yeah, that's not really that fun.
Was it our Canadian listeners that was doing that? I don't know. One of the two.
I've done it before to paint.
To paint?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, sir.
I did some buggy stuff this week.
You did.
All my stuff's welded. All my chassis painted.
Mm-hmm.
All my stuff's bolted on. And it's ready to go. I got to do the cab bodywork with the Raptor lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything can go in, on, around. We're going to make buggy noises for real.
I'm ready for that.
I'm way ready for that.
This week when you posted the picture of it being out on the driveway.
Yep. It's no longer a garage ornament, folks. So quit using that as the fucking answer to get in the secret page It is not a garage ornament. It rolled itself to the driveway. Okay. It has now rolled itself to the side driveway. It's a yard ornament now. Get it right.
Yeah, get it right. Or yard ornament. People will use that this week.
I hope they do.
So we're over 50 members strong in that group. So come check us out. Come join that group because it's a good time. That's where you get all the inside information. It's the Total Off-Road Podcast Trail Riders.
Yep.
And now it's visible.
I thought about, I didn't know if it was, but it is now.
It was not visible last week when it started.
I thought about posting this picture that I'm about to show you there. Okay. And I was like, I'm just going to show you this in person, see what happens.
Okay.
So this is another thing that I splurged and spent money on this week.
Splurged and spent money? Okay, let's see. Who are those from?
Let me zoom in on it.
Okay.
Did it not turn for you?
Because it seems like you were talking to Chris.
These did not come from him.
Oh, does that say Crane on it?
Yep.
So you bought 2 Crane 13 bolt covers?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna shave them up.
Shave it.
I painted them yesterday.
You're so fancy. What'd those cost? $200 a piece?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice.
Quantity though. Too. They came with they came like 6 stickers though. So
okay.
A sticker to price ratio. It was
weird. I don't see any stickers here.
They're out in the other room.
We're gonna get Adam on here now, so then we can put one of the stickers like legitimately on the board.
Yeah, that would be dope. But yeah, they're a pretty badass looking cover.
They're cool.
I've got some rough stuff,
they look good.
Brand new rough stuff 3/8 plate covers for sale if anybody wants to buy a
brand
couple
new.
Of them. Yeah,
you just can't.
Well, I was gonna pull the. Well, I'm not going. I'm going to pull the axles out once I get the cab and all that shit back on and ride height done. My last thing is going to be pull the axles out, and I've got some flat black Rust-Oleum paint that I'm going to paint them with. Once all the brackets and tabs and everything, I think everything on the rear is done. Yeah, except for the sway bar. I got the.
Did you ever get that figured out?
Yes.
Okay,
we can talk about that in a second too.
Sweet.
Because I did do that this week. What the fuck? Oh, so I was like, well, I'm going to pull them out. I should have saved them before they went in. Now I'm going to shave them. I just looked at those the other day and I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Let's do it.
I did it.
Cool.
So I did it. I'm going to shave them both.
43s. You're going to paint your knuckles orange?
No.
Your inner
I'm not going to pose reed.
Do it.
Not a reed poser.
It's not a reed poser. You're just orange and black. That's your
You
thing.
look like you want to be a reed poser.
No.
Yeah. That's the first thing I would see.
Yeah, but it looks good.
It does look good.
Yeah. I just like the way it looks.
I agree.
I don't get too fucked.
People also go like, ooh, Harley Davidson. I'm like, just because my shit's orange and black does not mean I ride a motorcycle and rev the shit out of it at a stoplight. Sorry, not my thing.
Catherine, if you're listening, do a cricket.
Yeah. HD. So the sway bar. So I fucked up when I originally measured that, and I don't know what I was. I wasn't drunk. There's so many angles and stuff that the arms are at, and it's hard to. It was so hard to measure because you don't have the parts in front of you. You don't know how thick the arms are. You don't know how. You know what size the mounting tube is. I think it's 1 3/4 tube.
Right.
But it's like. You just hard to visualize it. So I just kind of fucked it and went with a number, and it was too long. So I've also got a sway bar for sale. So
it's narrower, or no, it's longer.
It's longer. I don't remember
how big is it.
It was 40-inch kit. So I think the bar is probably 39.5.
Oh, I wonder how that seems wide.
It's not as wide as you'd think, because you got to think you got the arms are about 3/4.
So you're saying I should go measure low key?
If the bar works, I'll sell you a bar for about $200. You just got to buy the mounting arms and I got to buy the expensive part of the kit. Kit's like $500. But that comes with arms, links, tube, bushings, everything. I mean, out the door.
That's why it doesn't already have a anti-rock on it.
Yeah, so it's an anti-rock sway bar, and I ended up mounting it a little different than I originally had planned to, because it flex. God, there's so much shit back there to flex and clear and all that. But the crazy thing is, I don't have to bend my arms.
Okay.
I ended up getting it to mount, and everything clears, and I spent like a whole day in the garage flexing shit out to make sure that the shocks weren't binding. Shit wasn't going to rub. It was a whole day. And I got done and I was like, I haven't worked that hard for a straight like weekend day in weeks. and I got not a fucking thing done.
Huh.
Like I was like literally all I got done was nothing. I got because I didn't even fully weld the tabs.
Yeah.
I was committed to just solid tacking them until I got everything and blah, 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 whatever. But I'm like, the suspension's not going to move on this fucking thing from now till when the fuck ever.
Yeah.
So might as well burn them in. So they're burned in now. That's good. But it was a solid day of just flexing shit out, moving stuff, turning the brackets just a little bit, a couple of degrees each direction. You're like, oh, it's stressful. But everything flexes really nice, clears, no binding, so worth it.
That's the R&D that you have to do.
Yeah,
on a new build like that. Yeah. So
it was not cool. But so that way, the way I've got it mounted now is I don't have to bend my arms. So now I've just got straight arms on them, which is dope because that works out nicely. I don't have to do any more work. I just had to order another bar, and the bar was like $230 freaking. So seemingly it's the most expensive part in the kit.
Yeah, apparently.
So
this hardened torsion bars is what you need.
Yep. Jesus. So I had to order it because I went down to like a 32-inch bar. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it works pretty good.
Nice. Well, that sounds pretty cool.
What else did I do? That chassis outside. I'm going to start the Raptor Liner project. Real world tomorrow. Podcast time like 2 days ago.
Yep.
Hopefully I got some
Saturday
pictures
of Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I'm hoping it goes pretty good. I've got everything I need to do it except for my tent. Not on my tent paint. My paint.
But you ordered a black kit.
Yeah, I might do the bottom of the cab.
Yeah.
I might
That'd
try
be a good place
it out.
to just try it out. Or interior.
Or in the interior. Yep.
Back wall interior.
Yep. Perfect. I'm going to spray the whole thing with epoxy primer first.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get that down. But once I get that down, I think it's a 7-day shelf life on epoxy primer.
Okay.
You can do it. I think it's like an hour to 7 days before you have to scuff. And fuck that. I don't want to do that. So once I do the epoxy primer, I literally have 7 days.
To do it. Are you going to really rough in the, are you going to like 80 grit the whole cab with like a DA?
I'm going to get pretty at it with a DA. Yep.
Yeah. You're going to pretty heavy grit.
Yep.
Okay. That sounds pretty cool.
Because I don't give a shit because I'm not going to finish paint it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it like takes everything bad about body work and like throws it out the door.
I like it.
Because you're like, oh my God, I just need to scratch the fuck out of this and make my paint stick. Why am I seeing sanding marks through my paint? Like, fuck. This fucking rough the shit out of it and spray it.
Hose it down.
I love it. That's the exciting part about it is that you can, I don't know.
Just do whatever.
It's not as
it needs less work.
Precise of a finish, if you will, you know.
The rougher you prep it, the better.
Yeah, essentially. As long as it's fairly straight, you know what I mean? Right. Like you just, I don't know.
That's why I like it.
It's a fucking off-road rig. It's not a show car, so
yeah.
It's a show crawler.
I was gonna ask you something else, but it's not on my notes.
Okay. Well, the answer is possibly.
Oh, I think when I take apart the Dana 44, when I pull it out, I'm going to, I'm considering running a bunch of parts down to R&B down there in Charleston and having them just shoot them black.
I saw your post with some powder coat parts.
Thinking about it. I was going to paint them. I was just going to clean them myself and paint them. I'm like, or I just have it all powder coated. Like I just have it powder coated, like the hubs and stuff. Like if you paint the hubs, as soon as you drag a wheel over it, that's done.
Yep.
It's like, or I could have it all powder coated.
Or you could Raptor liner it all.
Too thick.
I don't know. It's just a cool concept.
Yeah, but it's too thick.
Raptor liner.
Like it's brake brackets and things like that.
Raptor liner.
No. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Raptor liner, the wheels and tires. Bro, it's like those people that paint their brake calipers. And you're like, you painted your brake calipers, huh? Oh, well, clearly you haven't drove the vehicle since you've painted your brake calipers. So send pics back when you drive the vehicle around the block with your painted brake calipers.
Let me know how that worked out.
Not calipers. I meant to say rotors the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because I've seen that before where people will spray paint their rotors and you're like, are you fucking stupid?
Yes.
And the answer is yes. And the internet knows. Like the internet's like, yeah, this guy painted his fucking rotors.
It's wonderful.
Go ahead, drive it around, guys. It's like we all want to do it. So show us how it works. Dumbass. But yeah, so I'm getting some shit done. Hopefully we'll get some progress picks up and we're gonna go wheeling one of these days.
Yes. So that was one of the things. Like I saw you pull out in the driveway and I'm like, man, you're getting so close. I'm getting so excited for you. Like you're gonna get the body on it. We're gonna fire it up.
Yeah,
like,
one day it's going to fucking have motor. I'm going to have a video on Instagram with motor noises.
Yep. Like one day we're going to start this podcast from inside the Dime Piece buggy in the street.
All you're going to hear is me go, wee! As this motherfucker just drives down the road, wee! Yes. I
love it.
It's hard to get excited about it, to be honest.
You didn't start the timer again.
You're at 1 second. I probably started it 1 or 2 times.
Yeah,
and then you kind of fucked it up. So
where are you at over there?
Oh, we're only at 20 minutes. So you're good.
All right.
But
try to keep some tabs.
It's hard to get excited about it because I'm a negative person.
Uh-huh.
And I'll admit it. I mean, it's not a positive thing, I guess. It's not a negative, I suppose, in certain situations. But yeah. I see the negatives a lot. I think anybody probably does.
Right.
It's hard to be one of those positive people. That's why I really enjoy my wife, because she's more of the positive person.
That's nice.
Which offsets my constant negativity. So,
your Sour Patch?
Yeah, sometimes she just shut the fuck up and be happy, you know? And I'm like, whatever. So I see all the little things that still need done. And it's hard for me to sit back and really get excited about the big stuff that's done.
Like most of it?
Yeah. So what I did this week was I got I came home, painted the shit out of the chassis and left it in the driveway and mowed the yard. And I was like, well, the yard needs mowed anyway.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then I was like, that'll give my chassis time to dry. Then I can come back and touch up a couple spots that I guarantee. I don't know how many times I'm going to fucking
they're
miss
covered in grass.
Yeah. Well, that Rust-Oleum shit actually tacks up pretty quick.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, it gets like, you stick your finger on it, you get a little tack to it. But I'm like, and I don't give a shit. It's got a grass clipping or two. I don't blow my grass towards my pickup anyway, but it's like, it's impressively fast because I've tried to go back over it and like, oh shit, there's a run there, and you'll try to wipe it. And I'm like, nope, you can't touch it with that hammer. You got to just let it go. You either got to coat it real thick again, or you just let it ride. So it's interesting, but I don't know if that's something to do with that hammered texture that it's like sets quicker or something like that. But so I mowed the yard, and the whole time I'm mowing the yard, I get to sit there and like look at this thing while I'm jamming out with my headphones,
which is nice. Like you're looking off at your rig, like
yeah. And that was that like, and at the end of the thing, I'm like, well, fucking A, like when was the last time? Like it's all painted, it's all sitting there looking like it looks legit. It doesn't look like a bare chassis. It has, you know. Of course, I pulled all the shit off of it, fuel cell and all this stuff. But like you walk around it and you see all these tabs and brackets and stuff that you know are like bore something and welded and done. Like whatever bolts to that is done. And it's like, holy shit. I like visually, it's not much progress.
Yeah.
Like when somebody looks at my picture on Instagram, they're like, yeah, it's a fucking tube chassis. Like, whoop-de fucking do, idiot. But like, I see all the little tabs for the suspension, the limit strap tabs that are all like strategically put on and angled and welded. And it's like, fuck, I have been doing a lot of work. And I mean, obviously I would love to be able to do more of it. I'm not at my limit. I'm still lazy as fuck, but it's like, holy shit, this thing's actually coming together. It's not a hack job. Throw it together. We're going wheeling next weekend, you know, I've done in the past. And it's like, damn. But then at the same time, then you're like, ooh, but all that shit though. But I don't know. Honestly, like wiring and plumbing, that's easy to me. It's nickel and dime-ish, but it's easy. You start your fuel lines, done. Start your brake lines, you're done. You can like start a project, end a project. You're like, yep, nope, now I got brake lines. Now I got fuel lines. Now my dash is wired. So I don't think that stuff's bad.
It's going to be nice to get to that point where you're wiring all that stuff up and just you're checking off the small stuff.
Yeah.
I should post that picture of your checklist in the group.
There's a lot missing from it, but those are the big name,
big things. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad when you have a board that size and it's you don't full. See. Yeah. It's full. Yeah. You're like, what?
I mean, like, I'm talking like there's not like put fluids in everything.
No.
Check this. You know, that shit's not on there. But like, if I got everything on that board done, we'd be fucking happy.
We'd be out in the street.
No, but we'd be pretty close.
Okay.
You be moving it in and out on its own power.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just hard to be positive. I mean, I'm not like I'm being like, ugh, but it's hard to get excited because you're like, nope, calm down, take your time. Don't start rushing shit now.
It's just hard for me to get excited because of the weather. Like I'm just,
this week sucked.
It was supposed to be so nice.
Yep.
Like it was supposed to be like amazing, best May weather ever on Monday through Wednesday, and then they changed it. It was like rain and 60. Yep. Like
today was hotter than shit. Like I came home and busted my ass and got that cab out and moved the trailers and all this shit. And I'm like sweating my ass off. And I'm like,
then you turn the damn house into an icebox.
Well, I was having a heat stroke. I haven't had a haircut in fucking like 4 months. And I'm a naturally hot person anyway. Like my wife's the opposite. She's naturally cold. So she's like heating blanket in the middle of summer kind of a person. And I'm naturally hot. So I'm like, I'm in charge of the thermostat, AC all the time.
If you would have just let Claudia cut it back when this first started, it'd already be grown out.
I know she wants to cut it so bad, and I'm like, I'm at this point, I'm committed.
And then another month from now, you'll be able to do it again.
I told her, I was like, I can't cheat on my haircut, lady.
Oh boy.
I said, I just can't do it. I said, I'm an honest man.
I'm an honest man.
I can't do it. I don't cheat on my wife. I don't cheat on my haircutting lady. I don't call her my hairstylist because that's just too,
stylist.
Yeah. She doesn't really do much stylist. It's like the usual. I'm like, yes.
She like takes her hands,
rubs some product
and it's like swoops it up in the center. She's like, there's your hawk. Get out.
Nah, I get it. I mean, I do go get my hair washed.
Yeah.
When I get my hair cut, I get the wash.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I get the beard trim, the wash.
That's why your beard's so long?
Yeah. I haven't trimmed it either.
Man.
I was like, that's what I was doing. But honestly, looking back, I didn't know that shit was going to last like 3 or 4 months. So, yeah,
it's a mess.
It's great.
Don't move to Illinois.
No, don't. It's bad. Everybody else is out like posting pictures of like, oh my gosh, I forgot what this restaurant seating thing is like. And I'm like, I haven't been inside a restaurant in months. It's horrible. Sucks. But yeah, so I turned the AC down, and when I sit down, it was like 66 fucking degrees or some ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
I was even cold. I came back and I was like, I am kind of a little cold.
Hey, dick.
Steve couldn't figure out why I was fucking seeing his breath walking through the house.
I show up in shorts and flip flops, like, yeah, it's so nice outside. And I walk in the house, I'm like, why is the air conditioner on?
Because it was nice outside.
Like, because I'm freezing to death.
I panicked hot, and then I came in sweating my ass off, and I took a shower, and I get out of the shower, and I'm like, it's fucking cold in here. Yeah, because I cranked the AC before I got in the shower.
I think I'm going to start this live video. I'm going to see who shows up.
You get 4 people.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to see
4 whole people.
4 whole people. I got to figure out where I'm going to put it.
Nowhere.
So this is only in the group, in the live, or in our Total Offroad podcast.
Oh, so this is exclusive. Put it over there. Put it over there on the shelf.
On the shelf?
Yeah.
You think it'll be good enough?
Yeah.
You think that people will see it?
No.
Or see us?
I mean, you'll see something. Okay. They'll see things. They won't see my mohawk, that's for sure. Oh, I got a notification that says you're live.
Well, I can get you or me.
Well, I don't really want to look at myself, so.
What if I turn it sideways? What about that? How does that look? Uh-oh.
Your device does not like that. Need a selfie stick.
Who just liked it? No, Robert's on.
Robert. This isn't going to work.
It's not?
You're going to have to edit this whole section out now.
Oh. I don't turn that on now. If you turn that on, then you'll be able to hear it.
I know.
Is it still live up there?
Yeah, it's still live. Now look at now, everybody's looking at me. That's great. How am I supposed to read the comments?
Face for radio.
I have a face for radio.
Okay.
I bet they can't hear us for fuck though.
You're probably right. It would have been nice if they could hear us. What are you doing?
I turned the volume down, so
it seemed like they could hear us pretty well. No?
Take a look at our, oh my gosh, the table. Yeah, so we found Peach Crown. My wife found us Peach Crown. That's pretty good stuff.
So, yet again, if you're not in the group, go over to Facebook and search Total Offroad Podcast Trail Riders. and then you can get in and you can watch us do dumb shit like this.
Or talk shit about
you can see my hands.
Beautiful buggy all day long.
Look how much the lag is on that.
Oh, it's bad because I haven't even played with the peach crown yet, I don't think.
No, yeah, there's my hands. Anyway, back to podcast stuff.
You have one person.
That's it. We just got Robbie.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's midnight.
He's a listener. He's over in Arizona.
Well,
he's in Nevada.
Oh, it's probably noon there.
It's noon there. Oh, jeez. How'd you run out of things? You had all these things to talk to me about. Things to tell me. This is what happens when you have a phone call for like an hour and 45 minutes.
So I possibly priced out a new front axle.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Actually, this could go back. We could rewind a little bit more also.
Okay.
So in my flexing day of flexing out suspension and stuff, I have realized that my wheels need less of an offset.
I was listening to this. I was reading this on the.
This is so painful because I feel like every fucking time, and this is my rant for the day. Every fucking time I go to do something, and it's not even off-road related, every time I'm like, I want to do something this way. For whatever fucking reason, I come up with the most bass-ackwards way to fucking do something that like nobody else has ever come up with. And I'm not saying it's good or bad or right or wrong. I'm just like, I want to do this. Why is this so complicated? Well, it is because it's either so stupid or nobody's thought about it. And I'm like, I can't come up with this many like revolutionary thoughts in my life.
But apparently you do.
I guess. Doesn't make them good, I guess. But so here's my thing. My wheels need a little bit less offset to slide out farther away from my shocks, my frame, my link bars, everything. So if I could get a little bit more clearance, I guess you could say,
right,
I would be fine. So I'm like, cool, I'll just fuck it. I'm going to buy some race lines or something like awesome bead locks.
I heard about this.
But I did. I was like, well, fuck, race lines even got a sale going on right now. And I'm like, fuck it. Race lines. KMC wheels.
Like, not that bad.
Fuck, they're all expensive.
Like $500 a piece or something. Yeah, like
they're all
$2,000.
fucking expensive. Battleborn, KMC,
Dirty Life,
Pro Comp, Dirty Life, Trailworthy Fab, every fucking bead line, Method. Yeah, I ballered and priced some Methods.
Yeah.
You know what I did? And I couldn't find a wheel that I wanted with the right offset.
With the right offset.
And I'm like, how the fuck is my delinquent ass just coming up with this shit?
You were needing like some like 3-inch backspace or something?
That's what I've got. I've got like 3-inch backspace.
There's like a 3.5 or 4 inch.
I think I have 3 and I think it's 3.75.
So step back for a second. What is the issue?
The issue is I'd like more room between my tire and like coil springs. And
how much room do you have now?
I got enough, but it's like, I mean, you start getting some tire flex.
On the top side of the tire?
Yeah, I mean, it's
maybe
close.
Not. How close?
But I'm also sitting at like 10, 15 PSI in the tires right now. So
right. But if you have it only flexed out to where it's as close to the coil as possible, how close are we talking?
We're talking like probably rubbage.
Oh, really?
I mean, I don't have the coils on there, but it's going to be close.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. But I got them fuckers are spaced out on the axle.
Right.
Which is what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to clear. It's just going to be close. So I was like, I'll just get a little wire offset.
Yeah. Not the
or
thing.
Less offset or whatever the fuck.
I'm with the guys, and they said to run a spacer.
Yeah.
I'm on that bandwagon.
Well,
put a 1-inch spacer on, call it
that.
So what's the deal?
Nobody makes a fucking offset smaller than 3 inches. 3-inch back spacing.
I said spacer.
I know, but I'm just saying. So FYI, I want some fucking unicorn back spacing because, you know, my shit's fucking the first thing that's ever been built. And that's why I don't get. I'm like, why is this not a thing?
Because it's a lot of offset.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So clearly it's not a good idea.
Right.
Okay. So the only company I found that I can get anything less than 3 inches of back spacing is Trailworthy Fab.
Yes.
With their fabbed double D, double fabricated bead locks that are like $600 fucking a wheel.
Yeah.
They're horribly expensive, but they're so nice. So that's not happening. You can get those with a 2-inch offset. So I'm like, dope. Not enough offset for me for the price. Or they're just really fucking expensive, and I'm a cheap fucker sometimes.
You have wheels, like
yeah, they're goddamn expensive.
You could literally put bigger studs in your wheel, like in your axles.
Mm-hmm.
You could go buy like race studs, like the 2-inch,
the long,
big, nasty, gnarly motherfuckers.
Put some washers behind it.
No, not Jesus
I didn't
Christ.
know. I didn't know where you were going. You got an next day.
Like,
I don't know.
But you could have like there are companies that make 3/4 inch spacers.
Oh, like just a space, not like a bolt-on spacer.
Well, like a bolt-on. There's some that make bolt-on ones, but like trying to package that with a steel wheel is almost impossible.
Yeah.
Aluminum wheel, like a cast aluminum wheel, you have a divot behind each, like offset of each lug nut.
That's for a little.
So you can have a little lug nut stud hanging out and you'd be okay. But like with steel wheels, you don't have that option.
Yep.
So if you go buy gnarly like studs, and then put you a 1/2-inch spacer.
Yep.
Say you do take it out trail riding and you find out that, okay, when I'm fully flexed out on a wall somewhere trying to get through this obstacle, my spring rubs my TSL.
Yep.
Then you have that option to space it out 1/2 inch. You got good studs. It's an 8 lug. The truck weighs, what do you think it's going to weigh? 4,500, 5,000 pounds?
I bet it's in the 5 to 6 ballpark.
Not that big a deal.
I bought 1.5 spacers.
You bought 1.5 spacers? Okay, so you already did it.
Yeah.
Why am I talking?
I don't want to actually.
Let me go through all of that.
I told you. I was like, because it comes to the thing of like, why can I not buy this offset wheel? Well, there's probably a reason that method or race line
because nobody calls for it.
Well, that's the thing. So like, figure your shit out without it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need some custom ass offset fucking wheels.
So the guys that do like drifting and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like what is his name? Anyway. Some of the guys that do drifting, there's a show called Drift This.
Yep.
On Motor Trend.
Okay.
And the guys that do that, one of them was having it was like an extra or whatever, bullshit. And he was like, I run spacers. I've been running 3/4 inch or 1-inch spacers since, for like the last 2 years on my drift car, and I've never had a problem. And it's just the deal. Like, they make a wheel this way. If you want to make it more custom, just throw spacers on. It's cheaper.
So
than them making a custom wheel.
I have to give credit where credit's due for this decision, because I talked to somebody particular about it and had to. So I was having this conversation because I'm like, oh, they know, some people who do beadlock stuff and parts wise. So I was like, he'll probably know if somebody does some weird shit.
Is it somebody that owes us a sticker?
Yep.
Okay.
And
I just figured it was inside, but I wasn't sure how inside.
He said, oh yeah, a lot of guys that race run spacers. It's no problem.
Yeah.
Just spacers.
If a bouncer's running spacers, you'd be fine.
And I was like, oh, they're running hub centric or cheaper cheap fucking. It's like cheap. It's like you're fucking tighten your shit down in your body.
It was like, yeah. I mean, I've got 2-inch spacers on the back of the crew cab. They're not hub centric, and I've had them on there for years.
Yep.
I put those spacers on that truck, I don't even know how long ago. A while ago. And they're fine. Like, I've towed with them, like, no problems. So
you didn't kill busloads of children?
Not yet. Knock on wood.
I ordered some off of eBay. They were like $150 or something like that.
Look at that. We got 3 people watching the live event.
And I'm one of them.
Oh, well.
Sorry. I don't want to it's kind of fake advertising, but what do you do? So I bought some fucking eBay spacers, 1.5. Yeah, I don't know. We'll fucking do it because why not? Fuck it.
It'll be fine.
Send it.
Yep.
If it breaks, it means I'm wheeling. So
there's the optimist side of it. That's my
new logic. I'm like, if I fuck this up, it means I was on a trail. It means
it's actually doing things.
Yeah. But so that's where I'm at with that. That solved that problem. But that turned into a clusterfuck of...
Is your trailer wide enough now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right. So what's the other clusterfuck?
I don't know. There was a clusterfuck that led to the wheels. So it was another clusterfuck.
I put my phone up there So I made a post on the insider group, like the trail rider group today, about things we should talk about.
Yep.
And Rick from Crawler Offroad posted like a plethora of things.
Yeah, it's like 9,000 conversation topics. So
wonderful. I know. Like, you want to pull up one of those?
Let's pick one of them.
Okay.
For the record, we did discuss parks of the Midwest.
We did?
Last week we did. We talked about doing it. Park info.
Bill,
I've got some ideas for that one coming.
Yeah, because I was on the group earlier today. I was
talking shit.
Hey, did you like research legitimately?
No. So
you owe me a Yukon sticker.
I don't owe you a Yukon sticker because I never said I was going to. My thought is I want to do like a 3-week series of Midwest parks. And I want to get some listeners, like call them up and be like, yo, what's your favorite park? What's your least favorite park? And why? Maybe one person had a bad experience with some like shower houses or something.
Maybe we'll grab one of the guys from Michigan.
Yep.
And grab another listener from Indiana.
Yep. Maybe I'm thinking a couple from each area because I think you're gonna get regional too. Like Michigan, there's a lot of places to wheel in Michigan. You know what I mean? But
it seems like there's a lot of places to wheel in Michigan. It seems like there's not as many actually.
Yeah,
they're not as impressed with the parks up there, but maybe it's just because
that's
locals.
Probably because they're there. Like the Badlands for me is like, bleh.
Yeah.
I still go and I like going, but it's like, bleh. But somebody who's never gone, they're like, oh yeah, it's a nice little park. And I'm like, yeah, until you go all the fucking time,
right?
But it's still wheeling, so I'm not upset about it.
People are that way about s'more.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like that. So that would be cool to get a couple regional, a couple people from each state. In the Midwest-ish area, Tennessee, Kentucky, somewhere around there.
Yeah, we'll draw a line somewhere in the South somewhere. Because you get down into Kentucky and Tennessee, and it's just like...
so much wheeling.
Yeah. What are you going to call it? 8 guys?
Yeah.
Cover all that? Jesus.
So that's my plan for that, as I would like to do like a 2 or 3 week series.
Are we going to break it? Do you think we should break it up over 2? Like, so you have 2 or 3 weeks worth of podcasts. Do we like... do one like that and then something different and then another one after that, like, or do we do like 3 weeks straight of like parks?
I don't know. That's what I'm gonna work. That's what I'm working on though.
If you got an opinion, you know where to post it.
But I just want to get this out there because I don't want that conversation to die off
about
the parks, because I want, like, we've had a couple people reach out and message us on Facebook or Instagram and like, hey, I wouldn't fuck this park or the nice park. And like, you know what I was, fuck that place. I wouldn't fuck that with the 10-foot pole. But yeah, so I'm like keeping track of those messages and stuff because I think that's good insight, because there's parks I haven't gone to that people are like, oh, I'm bored of this one.
And that's tell me about it. Like, I was just thinking about this yesterday or something, and I was thinking about like the Cliffs, Insane Train. Like, so many people are like, oh man, that park sucks, blah, blah, blah. You know what?
I want to go.
If I have an opinion about a park that sucks, at least I went wheeling.
At least I'm going to tell you why.
At least I went to a park that sucked.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's only like 300 acres up there, but still, like, I need to get up there.
I've heard it's tight. I've heard it's mud. I've heard it's shit. I've heard they've got a tire size limit. I've heard they don't enforce it. I've heard this, that, and the other.
Right.
And like, until I go, I'm not going to shit talk it.
And if we can't take, if they have a tire size limit and you can't take your buggy, like, we'll take local.
Yeah, I've never personally. I go in somebody else's rig. Yeah. I'm not going to shit talk an off-road park like that.
Which you haven't been to.
Really? Here's my quite honest rant.
Yeah.
Stop shit talking off-road parks.
Yeah.
It's a fucking off-road park.
Thank God they're there.
Like, would you rather have none?
That would suck.
You know what I mean? Like, you constantly fight land use issues out west and public lands getting closed down and all this crap. And like, fucking Cliff's a piece of shit. Okay, it's a private off-road park. Is it great? No. I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't know. Is it great? In your opinion? No, it sucks. All right, well then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You had a bad off-road park.
Yeah.
It's like getting all this ice cream sucks. Bro, it's still fucking ice cream. You know what I mean? Like,
ice cream.
It applies to anything. Like, shut up. You know, like I'm guilty of it myself. I'm
right.
opposed to it.
It comes back to that whole pessimist thing.
But it's like, just shut the fuck up.
But I've not been up to the Cliffs, and I need to make a point to go there. So, all right.
A bad day on the trail beats out a good day at work.
I would say that.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'd rather go taco my shit off road than have a good day at work. Because you know what? It's going to be a cool story 5 years later, sitting around a campfire going, God damn, this one time I fucking flipped this son of a, you know.
Or it could have been, yeah, this one time I had a good day at work.
Yeah. Oh, whoop. Well, good the fuck for you. I'm glad you didn't have to do anything. You know what I mean? Like,
my brother said that to my dad, kind of like changed my dad's mind a little bit. We were going to do the power tour.
Yep.
And my brother was like, yeah, I'm going to do the power tour. My dad's like, well, that's right during our work season, and I don't want to take off work to do it. And my brother's like, so 3 years ago on June such and such, what were you doing? Well, I was working. Doing what? I don't remember. Think you'd remember if you went on the power tour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, maybe next year you can't go on the power tour.
Yeah, exactly.
You hate to be one of those people, but I've seen it a lot.
Yep.
And it's like, fuck that.
Exactly. So that's one of the things.
I'm going to rapid fire these questions. Oh, and then I'll answer.
You want me to like hot take them?
Hot hit them.
No, like hot takes. Like you like rapid fire one, and I like give you my hot take, and then on to the next. Okay, this is gonna be fun.
What kind of food on the trail?
Okay, so typically we just like pack cold lunch, so we throw a cooler together, sandwiches, hot dogs, things like that on the trail. Mostly sandwiches.
Okay. Simple sandwiches or full grill and hot food?
So we do full grill, or we do simple sandwiches typically for lunch on trail, and like snacks. We have like bars and things like that. Yep. And then back at camp, we do like, cause so we at the Badlands, that's where we mostly do it. So we have camp, and then back at camp, we'll have hot food over the fire.
What are you having?
Hot dog. Okay. Like normal, like
like
hot
a normal,
dogs, hamburgers,
like
like
burgers
that.
And hot dogs. And
there have been trips that we've gone over and we've had steak.
Yeah,
we made pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've had.
You get wild with it, but generally it's the typical, like the usual. Mm-hmm. How do you secure your rig to the trailer? Straps. First of all, ratchet strap or chain.
Oh well, ratchet strap for sure.
Okay, and then chain. Straight strap or X strap.
So I've always X strapped.
I think that's what he was getting.
Yeah, to. I've always done the X strap. So on Loki, and this is a terrible way to strap now that I looking at it.
Now that I've always worked things. Yeah,
it's always worked for me. But I do 2 off the front bumper that go straight down.
Yep.
Like not straight down, but they go straight forward.
Yep.
And I just cinch the front bumper all the way down. And then around the rear, it goes up under the 9, over the nodular housing, and then back. Okay. In which I was like, yeah, it's good. It's strapped. Like it doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
Like it does a good job until that strap breaks.
Yep.
And then it just cruises on forward.
Yep. Right into the bed of your pickup.
That'd be bad.
Okay.
So new straps are on my list.
Good. Okay. Is low key sitting on Harbor Freight jack stand?
No, it's on Big Reds.
He cares about you.
He does.
High lift jack, bottle jack, full floor jack, or combo of a few. And this is for on the trail. So like, what do you carry with
Derek, you? I think carries both a high lift and a bottle jack. Is that right?
I don't.
Or does Derek not carry a high lift?
I don't know if he used to. So I bet it's buried in there.
Yeah, I carry a high lift extreme.
Okay.
Typically,
I have a high lift. No, I'll answer this later.
Okay.
I was gonna piggyback your answer, and then I was like, never mind. I'll go through and answer these in a second.
Okay.
Carry a full tool set in case you need to help others, or just the tools you need or you need for your rig.
I used to carry a crazy amount of tools and like wiring stuff and all this, basically enough to rebuild my Jeep for the most part. And now I'm like looking back towards like more of the minimalist, whereas like I want a tool set where I can work on anything on my Jeep that breaks, but I'm not going to carry tools that don't pertain to my vehicle.
Okay.
Not typically.
I mean, yeah.
You know, there's certain things you're going to have that are going to be like, I'm not going to use this, but once a lifetime.
Do you carry like a full wrench set or like a full socket set?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't carry like, oh my gosh, I know I need like 4 wrenches on my whole rig.
No, I carry like a full set.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once we get wheeling, like hardcore wheeling again, there's going to be a tool bag made for.
Yep.
Have to hit up the old Cornwell guy.
Yep.
Get me set up.
Yep.
14 10mm sockets.
We can do it. All right. I'm going to pass this over.
Okay.
It's at Hundo, so I can unplug it.
All right.
There you go.
So what do you want? You want me to rapid fire that back to you?
Yeah, these are rapid fire questions brought to you by Crawler Offroad.
Oh, I like
See what I did there?
That was nice.
Thanks, Rick.
Truly was.
Appreciate you.
What kind of food on the trail?
So my favorite food on the trail.
On the trail.
On the trail is, and I found this on accident going to an off-road park one time because I was fucking lazy and forgot to pack a sandwich ahead of time. So we stopped at the grocery store. And the best thing I have ever found and will ever find is the prepackaged cold sub sandwich pack. It comes with it's on like French bread, like cold meat sub. They had all kinds of different ones and shit, had like lettuce and cheese and all this bullshit.
Yeah, it's like a legit sandwich.
And then comes with like a fucking cookie or a brownie or something like that, a bag of chips and a can of
it's like essentially a Subway sandwich, except for you like get it all like at the store or at like a gas station or what?
So I bought this at, I think it was like a county market. So like a grocery store. I mean, Walmart, Myers.
Walmart carries all this shit. Like that.
But this was all in, like it came with pop.
Did it come with the condiments?
I think it had mustard like a little mayo packet. I think it had mustard and all that. I don't give a shit about mustard.
The ones you typically buy from.
But yeah, it comes with the little, what'd you do? Lock yourself out? Okay. There you go.
So anyway,
it comes with all this little individual packs of condiments, mayo, comes with a can of pop. Chips, brownie, sandwich. Like it's all in a bag.
Yeah.
And then the bag is sealed. Like it's a waterproof bag. So you can throw that shit in the cooler and it can bob around the cooler, lunch in a bag.
That's the worst, dude.
When you get your fucking wet cheese or wet fucking sandwich bread, you're like, what the fuck? So this is literally sealed for putting in a cooler.
Mike, on this week's episode, he literally just talked about buying a 40-liter Dometic. Or no, not a Dometic. He bought a different brand, whatever the original like cooler fridge was.
Yep.
And so he bought that. So because he had warm beer out on their Go Devil run.
Horrible. But yeah, that's my best trail food because it's fucking convenient as hell. Like I'm not really particular. I just want to eat something and that is perfect.
So when it says simple sandwich or full grill, do you think he means like literally on the trail or like at camp?
I bet it's I'd take that as on trail.
On trail?
Because I guarantee you there are people that like pull over and like whip out a fucking
whip out a scuttle and just do that. And like so for the Badlands, the park closes. Whereas like you go to somewhere else, different parks that have 24 hours, or like say you're doing the Rubicon Trail.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be on the trail.
The park closes in 3 hours.
You don't have like camp, quote unquote camp.
Yeah, because for like the Badlands, for example, we're like, fuck this. I'm not even gonna pull over and eat a sandwich. I'll run back to camp and eat a sandwich.
Exactly. Yeah, that park, everything's centrally located as far as camp, and the main office is kind of in the center of the park, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you can always just run, it's 10 minutes.
Yep.
15 minutes.
Run
tops.
right back up, eat you a sandwich or something. Yep. So I would say, so what's the question? Full grill or sandwich? For on the trail, I fucking hate if we can just grab a sandwich real fast because here's the problem. Somebody breaks their shit at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like 45 minutes to an hour.
You build a sandwich.
I blow my sandwich out. Yep. Like the last time we went over the Badlands, I think everybody ate lunch at a different time.
Yes.
Because someone was crawling something, someone was doing something, someone was working on their rig, whatever. And it was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to grab my sandwich and I'm going to stand here and watch people rock crawl and eat a sandwich.
Exactly.
And then somebody else like, man, he's eating a sandwich. Maybe I'll go get my sandwich. So
and then we had pizza.
Yeah. Then we had pizza.
Afternoon pizza snack.
So sandwich is the way to go. I really like a hot meal, but I save that for at night.
I like for me personally, it's sandwich during the day. And then hot meal, fire, hot dogs or bratwurst, and like
for dinner,
legit meal cooking on the grill. How do you guys secure your rig to the trailer? I think I know how you secure yours. Why don't you tell me about it?
I strap it over chains. Chains are not for that purpose.
Yeah, they weren't great on equipment.
Yep. So I use ratchet straps.
Yep.
I use nice ratchet straps. I use the closed loop or the closed hook, not the like J style. I had the little locking clasp on my straps. On my last rig, I had like the weld-on D-rings on the axles. I use one on each corner. I use 4 straps, all straight.
Yeah.
One strap comes loose. No bueno or no problem.
No problem, yeah.
Here's another tip of the day. A ratchet strap uses its whole purpose. This is a side tangent, but that's what we're good for.
About the ratchet strap and how it cinches itself down.
The ratchet strap tightens itself based on the strap-on-strap action.
Friction, yeah.
Somebody, and I don't remember whoever told me this, and they might be full of shit, but I've taken it to heart, and for whatever reason, it seems to work. Maybe it's luck. Maybe it makes sense. You decide. I was told years ago that a ratchet strap needed 3 wraps on the drum to properly maintain the tension that it's rated to.
I'd like to know if that's like actually
and whether
a fact.
That's bullshit or not. Honestly, I do not know.
I personally feel like 3 is overkill, but I can't speak to it because I don't know.
Well, I'm talking like 3 wraps when it's tight. To get to that, like whatever it's rated to, you have to have 3 wraps on the drum. And I don't know if that's like, it depends on 2 or 1 or whatever. I don't know. Or if 3 is just a general rule of thumb shit or whatever. And I don't measure this shit out with a friggin' micrometer or, whatever.
Yeah, you just get a couple good grabs on, make sure it's good. Yeah.
So what I always do is I always get my strap hooked on, hook both ends, pull my strap tight. And then I kind of pull up on my strap a little bit, get a little slack in it, and start ratcheting it down. Yeah. And I usually try to get 1 or 2 wraps on the drum. And I swear to God, I do not have this elusive problem of my ratchet straps coming loose. Yes. I haul all kinds of shit, all kinds of weird load shit. The only time my straps comes loose is if it's like brush and then like the brush moves in the trailer. Yeah. But like no shit. Right, but like I can strap stuff down and I never have my straps. I know people personally that can't drive across the street without a ratchet strap coming loose. And I just never have that problem. And I don't know if that's why or what, but it's a good tip. So try it out.
Try it out. I like it.
It's worked for me.
And you're using the straps that you're using are not Max straps.
They're a knockoff.
But they're the same. Yeah. They have the similar. They look really similar to them. Nice. Next question is high lift jack or bottle jack?
So I have a high lift extreme because my shit's tall. Yep. But so you got the 64. I have, it's tall as fuck. I waste like 3 foot of it. Like this, it's just fucking waste of holes. Yeah. I don't have any plans to carry that with me on the trail.
Does your high lift jack have an isolator? Yep. Yes. Do you have any like cool gadgets with your high lift?
Yep.
What do you have?
I got the wheel lift, the one that goes like the 2 J hooks and splits off. It goes over the ring. I've got a metal hooked version of that. Oh, it's like a J hook metal version.
It's like you could get into like a bumper or a tube. Like yeah.
I got that. I've got a plate. It's like a poly plate that you put your foot in so it like expands out and all that. Yep. I really want they make a fold down like alien grip or alien gear or something like that. It's like it's almost like a tripod, but it's a like serrated tripod legs that fold down. It's all metal. It bolts to the bottom of your jack. Huh. It's badass. It's expensive as fuck. For? So the plate you have to have a flat surface. This thing like locks in a couple different ways. So if you don't have a flat surface, high lift scare the fuck out of me when you're not on like concrete. You know what I mean? Like if you're on concrete, you're fine. But if you're like in mud, like they always sink and flip, and you see people get weird angles and shit. And I've watched a few high lifts fly out of shit, and you're like, whoa. Now, if you pay attention or like strap it off, no problem. Right. But there's just dumb people. Yeah, so I don't have any plans on carrying a high lift jack with me. That might be something I look into, but as of now, nope.
In bottle jack, you have to have a gnarly tall bottle jack.
I have used someone's bottle jack off-road once, and it was fucking awesome. Yes. But you have to store this bottle jack, which genuinely they're heavy. Then you also have to store like 2x4 cribbing.
Here's the key.
That was my negative.
Here's the key. Find somebody with a truck that wants to weigh 10,000 pounds.
This guy was in a Jeep.
But you should find somebody to wheel with that has a truck that wants to weigh 10,000 pounds.
And has all the tools.
And get him to carry like your stuff with you.
Yeah. But see, like I don't plan on carrying a spare tire. Yeah. The wheeling that I currently plan to do, I park my trailer, I drive my shit. Yeah. I can send somebody back to grab a spare. I can drag my shit, whatever. Yeah. I've got onboard air so I can air up a tire if you get a burp beat or something, but I don't plan on changing a tire on the trail. So I'll carry my high lift in the trailer. Yeah. Not going to carry it on the truck.
Are you going to carry
a floor jack's a good idea though.
Yeah. Are you going to carry a tire repair kit?
Yep.
Are you?
I got a plug kit. I got a real nice plug kit and a nice poly case.
Does it have like a tool for scraping the inside?
Nope.
No. Okay. So you just have a plug.
It's just a plug kit. Yeah. I'm pretty good at stacking plugs.
Stacking plugs.
I'll stack some plugs. I've done it before.
8 or 9 of them in there.
Yeah, you get them in there. You start sliding them in there real nice.
Nah.
So but I like the floor jack concept. Maybe you'll look into like a nice aluminum floor jack or something. Throw in the back of the cab. I have a Harbor Freight aluminum floor jack at work.
I got a 2-ton.
And that fucking thing is nice.
Yep. I got a 2-ton, and I was lifting dualies with it.
Yeah.
Didn't get
I've well abused the weight rating of that bad boy, and it is a beaut. The handle comes off and use it as a breaker bar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's a nice jack, nice. And it's light. So
and
maybe
they don't cost that much.
Maybe I'll look into one of those. That's a good idea.
A little 2-ton.
Yeah, just a little one.
Mm-hmm. They make a 1.5-ton, but it's got the swivelly wheels in the front.
The worst part about mountain high lifts is I've seen it more than once. Like on Jeep guys, they'll mount them on the back with a spare tire, and then they'll back into something like a tree or something, and now your high lift's bent. And now you got to cut the bend off, and now you got like a 2.5 foot high lift.
All right. I think Matt's is bent. It's got like a bow in it. Like it still works, but it has a bow. It's like, so if it wasn't unstable enough to start with, now it's got a bow in it.
It's pre-fucked even when you're on concrete. So
like next question is carry a full set of tools in case you need to help any others.
Yeah, I carry a lot of tools.
Do you?
Yeah.
You carry all like sets of tools for everybody else?
I bought a 3/8. I think it's an extreme. I think that's like I think it's Max, like cheaper line.
It's not Cornwell?
No.
Cheater.
This is before I had a Cornwell dealer. That was awesome. But yeah, I bought it's a 3/8. It's pretty complete. I think it goes up to 15/16. Short and deep, comes with sockets, extensions, ratchet, all that in a poly case. So it's very convenient. I bought that for my trail set. Wrenches, I want to get some, is it Tecton? Is that the tool company I'm thinking of?
That's one of
They make some wrench rolls.
Oh, really?
Like they're the pouches with wrench sets, and you can get them like, they sell many different options on sizing, whether you want to go from like, 3/8 to like 15/16, or you want to get bigger or smaller or whatever. And their prices are pretty good. I was just eyeballing some of those the other day. But that's my plan, I think, to get a nice wrench roll. There's some also nice tool pouch rolls and stuff that have come out in the last couple of years that are fucking nice. A little expensive, but nice. But I always carry a lot of tools. But I don't get wild with it.
Right. What else was on there? Was that it? That was it. That was all the questions.
Was that all?
Yeah. That was I liked that.
Yeah.
So we did a hot take. So I did the hot take, and then we went back with you, and then we kind of elaborated on it.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. Like we covered a lot of ground there.
Yep.
I was looking at some of the other questions here, and we did let's see here. How about what you need to wheel a stock rig? So Bill was talking about wheeling just like a bone stock rig. So like if you just want to go out,
to fucking do it.
I said skill.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I'll be honest here. You don't need stickies. You don't need links. You don't need shit. You could literally go buy a Jeep off the dealership. Now, granted, they're pretty option, but you could take a damn street tired Jeep off the dealership and you could go wheel it for a weekend.
I heard about these guys years ago that took a bunch of basically stock, almost nothing done to them, like 31-inch tire, full size Chevy pickups.
We had 33s.
Oh yeah, you all had 33s.
We were badasses.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
33s
you all had 285 75 16s.
Or you had the 33 12.5.
That was you.
15s.
And the 4-inch lift.
Mine were 285 75 16s.
Oh, see.
With a 3-inch body lift.
Yeah.
See, with the bumper brackets, I had the rear bumper moved up. Most people didn't do that.
So that's just it. You don't need.
But that's what I mean.
Stickies.
That was honestly, and it'll be hard to beat that. I mean, it will be beat. Don't worry.
What do you mean?
As far as fun times off-roading.
Oh, yeah.
But that was some of the most fun because you were green as fuck. You didn't know shit. You were having a good time. Oh, there was shit. I was scared. I was pissing myself going down this ledge. And now, I've walked, not walked in a truck. I'll walk up that ledge and I'm like,
wait till you get your buggy done.
I cannot believe that I was shitting my brains out the first time I went down this in my OBS Chevy with my body lift. And now it's no problem. I drove up it, drove down it, drove sideways. And it's this ledge right here is awesome. But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. And of course, the natural progression of building shit, that's where it ends up. But I think you miss out on some of the fun because you want to build it bigger and badder.
You want to get it bigger and badder because you have those obstacles that you want to go on, but you can't because you don't have lockers or you don't have big enough tires or tires with enough meat. You know, it just gets to be where it's difficult and you're like, oh, but there's options to get bigger and go better. You know, it's just always that natural progression, like you said.
But like the thing is, don't get caught up in what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Oh, my buddy's building this. I don't give a fuck.
Run your own race.
Guess what?
Is your buddy wheeling?
Every one of my buddies that's got a less built, like everybody keeps telling me like, oh my God, your shit's going to be so awesome when it's done. I'm like, yeah, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what it's done? Cost me thousands of dollars.
Stupid. Tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands.
Years of no wheeling to get to this point. And I'm still not even wheeling. So I look at people like yourself, for example, that have taken their fucking liberty.
Yes.
Their little like wannabe shitbox, but it's really quite dependable liberty. And you're like,
quite dependable liberty.
Liberty. And you go wheeling. And I'm like, okay, as stupid as you may think it looks about this dodeck over here taking his fucking liberty and going wheeling at the Badlands with his buddy who's on a fucking, what was he on, 31s?
Who was it?
Matt with his Toyota.
Yeah.
It was like an 85 Toyota pickup that he like beatbox around.
Yeah.
And it's on like 31 all-terrains.
Yeah.
And like they go wheeling. I'm like, well, you morons. Like you guys are two of the dumbest motherfuckers that are over there.
Matt's got a Cummins crawler.
Yeah, got a Cummins Crawlins, rear steer, all this shit. Steve's got this fucking XJ that's like built as fuck. And they're like over there wheeling their fucking Liberty in their 31-inch tired Toyota fucking pickup.
You know what?
And you know what's fucked up? I'm like, these guys are two of the most dumbest looking people out wheeling. But you know what? You're out wheeling. And I'm like, I don't even care what you're wheeling. Just go wheel, man.
The most fun about that. So literally, I was talking to Matt yesterday and said something about going to the Badlands. He's like, yeah, I might take the Jeep out this weekend. I was like, well, if you do, let me know. I was like, I might take the donut.
Yep.
And he's like, well, fuck yeah, we'll make a shitbox wheeling trip. I'll get the Toyota out.
That's what I mean. Like
he's got an LJ that's a Rubicon.
Yep.
Now he's got a Rubicon LJ now. And he's going to leave it at home so he can take the Toyota.
Because it's fun.
Because shitbox wheeling trip.
It's fun, man.
Dude, it's a blast.
I would love to have a rig on a 3-inch body lift and 33.
Better do a regular cab.
Nope. I want to go back to what I had.
Okay.
3-inch body lift, extended cab, short bed.
Hold on. Let me get my phone off that thing. We're still live up there.
Yeah.
That thing's going to die. Is there anybody watching? Here's your phone back.
Know. But I would love to go push the limits of that.
Right.
I was always scared to push the limits. So
now, and now it's not going to be your daily driver. So you just get out there and just get rowdy.
I don't want to like go full on send mode.
Yeah, but like still.
But I think IFS had a underappreciated ability.
I say
it eats CV shafts, but that's just the nature of the beast. But if you welded the rear,
I think you could go further than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to find out.
When I went out wheeling, one of the times I went out with the Liberty, I had one of our other buddies that was wheeling, the like vice president of the club. He came up to me after we were wheeling for a while. He's like, man, I gotta say, I cannot believe that you can do that much with that Liberty. 0 people watching.
Yeah. I told you it's late. It's almost 1 a.m.
Jesus. The wife's like, we'll see it too. I was like, yeah, okay.
She knows. She's the real one.
Oh, she knows. Yeah, she definitely knows. So
I don't know. Just get out and wheel.
This would have been a good live video if we'd have done that when we first got here.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
What do you do next time? So anyway, go wheeling.
Do it.
Is it that time?
It's that time. Shut it. Last call. Ding. What are we drinking?
We are drinking. It is called Distorter Porter, which I love the name.
Who's the brewery?
I have it wrote down, but I couldn't read my own damn handwriting. Like, what does that say? It's by Greenbush Brewing.
Greenbush Brewing.
And they're out of Michigan.
That smells nice. It smells almost cherry.
Let me grab a hold over here.
It almost has cherry notes. I'm going to sound all extra snobby on the porter.
I have a slight hint of cherry.
And pencil shavings.
Ooh, that's nothing but the finest cherry, though. Not shitty cherries. It's top shelf cherries.
That's not bad.
I do get a little cherry sniff off over there.
Yeah, definitely has that. That's a good porter right there. So some porters I don't like because they have like a metally taste finish to them.
Yeah, it's like a metallic.
Yuck.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
It's almost like that shitty beer out of a can taste.
Yeah, but worse.
Yeah, but it's like
in a porter
highlighted, and you're like, why would you want this to taste like
I don't know. And so I was really against porters for a while. I'm like, oh God, they're terrible, but I love stouts. I'm like, they're the same thing. But I have learned that there are good ones, and this is a good one. Distorter porter out of Michigan. Where's that in Michigan?
7.2%, 50 IBUs, 12 ounces.
It is
Sawyer, Michigan. 49125 is the area code. Wherever that's at. It's right down the road from the one guy.
Which one guy?
I don't know. There's probably a guy that lives down the road from them. Do we know him? Fuck no, but we're going to sound like we did.
You never know.
Yeah, it's right down the street.
It's like 10 minutes from Crawler.
Yeah. I drive by there every day.
Sawyer, Michigan. 149 miles. It's not that far from us.
Road trip.
It sounds like it's just outside of Chicago. It is.
Oh,
they are just north of South. They are just north of Michigan City, like right in between Michigan City and South Bend, up north in Michigan. So straight south of St. Joseph, Michigan. They're a little lakefront town right here. Shit.
Oh, okay. I
looked it up on the maps.
Look at that.
Sitting on top of Lake Michigan, right just off the Michigan, Indiana state line.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's good. That's got good flavor.
Yep.
Heyo, got us a Michigan beer.
Thanks,
for our Michigan
boys.
listeners.
So, what are your plans for the upcoming week?
The upcoming week or weekend? Well, so the weekend's already passed.
In podcast world, what are we going to talk about next week that you've done?
I'm not going to lie.
7 days of podcast.
I like the fact that I can go into the group and ask those guys what they want to hear, because that hot take that we just did was awesome.
It was. I just feel like you should really bring some Jeep stuff to the podcast listeners.
I got to get some stuff. I got to make some money. How about that?
Well, I mean, that's a thing.
That's what I need to do next week.
Can't buy parts without money.
Yep. And I just need to do that.
That's fair enough. I just like to push you to be better, because all you do is yell at me for not having my shit done. So now here we are.
Maybe.
Pull the front axle.
Yeah, maybe I'll pull the front axle. We'll see how the week goes. This week was just, I just was in a rut.
It is the shitty weather.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
They called for nice weather. I was so stoked. It was supposed to be like in the 80s, sunny. I was like, yes, all week. Like the first 3 days, I'm like, am I going to go to work, or am I just going to work on the Jeep? Because like it's going to be so nice outside. And then it just went to crap. And now they're showing like this coming weekend is supposed to be kind of meh.
Yep.
So I'm kind of on the fence about that. And then they're showing next week, like all the way into June, is just supposed to be kind of just rain in the forecast every day. Like there's a possibility of a thunderstorm every day. And it's like there's no sun. It just says like maybe
we always go through this bleh every year in spring, and it's like fuck. And next thing you know, it's hotter.
Winter's bad enough, and then you got to deal with like just cloudiness,
mud,
wet
mud.
Ugh, I'm over it.
It's not exciting.
I wonder if the depression rate is lower out west, where it's like sunnier and warmer.
It's gotta be.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be a doctor or anything, but I guarantee it is.
That's how I feel about it. I'm like,
I've lived in Illinois my entire life, and I've had all 4 seasons in one day.
Several times. Probably this year. Probably in the last 3 months.
Yep.
Maybe.
Pretty close.
Gotta be, yeah. It's ridiculous. I see people from other states like that, like, leave it to such and such, location to have all 3, or have like sunny one day and or like, I was Lucas, one of my friends from California. He's like, hey, leave it to Modesto to have sun over here and rain over here. I'm like, fuck, that's everything.
Leave it to Illinois to have rain, snow, sleet, and shine and ice all in the same fucking day. You won't know. You'll wear a coat on the top and shorts at the bottom.
Yep. Well, like,
fuck you do.
We've had days here where it'll be like short weather in the morning and snowing by dinner.
Yep.
Like that's happened
more than once.
Last year, I think.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, it's 65 degrees. Uncle, I'll wear shorts today. It'd be all good. And then by the end of the day, it's like 29 and snowing. It's like, seriously?
Yeah, you wake up, there's inches of snow on the ground. You're like, what the fuck?
No, I was in shorts yesterday.
This is bullshit.
That's for sure. Fucking weather.
It's wonderful. So hopefully next week I don't know if I'm going to be a goal of spray Raptor liner.
Nope, you've already set that goal like 8 times.
At least have epoxy prime. Well, this time I finally have 100% finished my chassis.
Yes.
So it's in there. Now it's just got to happen. We'll see how bodywork goes.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that's one of those things that always takes me longer than I think it's going to.
You work on a little bit every night. I think you get it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, oh, I'm going to sand the body down for paint.
Yeah.
It sounds like a 10-minute job. It's not. You know what I mean? Like, it never is.
Are you going to do the doors? Like, are the doors, where are the doors at?
They're outside.
So you're going to bring them inside and put them with the body while you prep everything? Just prep it all at once?
I don't know.
Are you going to do the door jambs in a different texture than the body?
Nope.
All the same texture?
Yep.
And just hope it like fits?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
I know I've seen some people do it like a different texture, so.
No.
Okay.
So I'm going to take some good notes and I'm going to spray it all the same once I dial it in.
Worst case scenario, you shut the door while it's still wet and there's your clearance.
Yeah. She's a goddamn rock crawler. She ain't no show car, bro.
She ain't a show car.
That's my hope. Get some body work done, but I've got everything to do it. So it's just a matter of doing it. And now it's all set and in the garage and ready to roll. So
the living room pile is getting smaller.
I'm getting there.
I saw it.
Most of that shit now is all the stuff that goes in the cab, whether it be dash, wiring, pedals, steering wheel, lights. So
I'm going to, I don't know if it'll happen this weekend or next week or by the time we have another podcast. But the plan is going to be to pull the front axle, which will be fairly easy. And then once the front axle is pulled, I'm going to, there's a good possibility I'm going to jack up the rear. I'm going to unbolt the rear, the transmission and transfer case.
Yep.
And throw a jack stand underneath that. And then take the cross member off. Because if I do all that, then the frame is then ready for
the stiffeners. Which you should just do.
It's ready for the stiffeners except for the bolt holes. I got to figure that nonsense out.
We'll get it figured out this week. It don't cost you nothing to look into stuff like that. Sure
doesn't.
That's the best part.
Nope. I do need
at least do some positive research.
If I take the stuff down to have it powder coated, I may see if they can sandblast my stiffeners because they've been sitting in the shed for a while.
Yep.
A little bit of rust on them.
Can't be that expensive if they're already doing stuff for you.
Yeah. Not that big a deal.
One price.
Yep. I just do it. So may look into that. And I don't know. There's a few things that need to be done, but like I'm just, slowly but surely. Yeah. I need to save up my money so we can pick them 40s up.
40s.
Them 40s. So,
I support those decisions.
Yeah, we go down there and meet Sticky and pick up them 40s.
Finally starting to get back to some off-road racing in the world.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Mid-America, I think, this weekend.
Nice.
Outlaw Off-Road's doing a race in June.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what month it is. That's the worst part. It feels like March.
It's fixing to be June here pretty damn quick.
I know. It feels like March, though.
It does. The weather just feels like March. Yep.
So I think they're at the end of June. I'm going to try to make that one down in Flat Nasty.
That would be cool if I could go with you, but I don't know if that's going to be an option. So
my plan is to sleep in my truck.
You and the wife.
Nope,
just you?
Yep.
Really?
I'm literally just going to go down that Friday night, sleep in my truck, do things Saturday. I told Shelby, I was like, I got to do something. I don't want to just be some dough dick walking around with his dick in his hand like, how's it going? I was like, give me a job or something like that. He told me I could be on the recovery crew. And I said, well, that sounds like a kind of an important job. And he's like, we don't really have much recovery that goes on. I'm like, oh, so I got go do something over in the corner.
If there is things, you can do them. You'll be the
I'm
guy.
pretty good at recovery stuff.
We'll call you.
I'm a pretty good winch operator, angle stuff. I'm a good recovery guy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I was like, I need a job or something. I'm trying to weasel my way into being like, I don't know, like an operations guy with a headset. I told him, I said, I've always wanted a job where like you wear like a NASCAR style headset. These guys always look important. They're like, I mean, for all I know, they're fucking listening to like the radio, but like look like they're important. Like somebody's telling them important shit, you know? He's like, well, there's only 2 guys in the whole series that get to wear radios.
You're like, cool. So there's a chance.
And I'm like, good. So there should be 3. What if one of those guys goes down or something? Then who's the other guy going to talk to on the radio? I'm just saying, you got to have at least 3's a crowd, right?
Yeah, not about crowd, but 3's
something
company.
Like that. 3's better than 2.
Yeah.
So just give me a radio. You can take my button away from me. I don't have to talk back or anything. I just want to like look important.
I can get you my headset.
But I've never gone to on like an off-road race though.
Yeah.
So I don't know what there is to do.
Well, you'll find out, won't you?
I'm not a good ticket taker because I can't stand in one spot too long.
Where's that at? That's
Flat Nasty. Jadwood, Missouri.
That'd be awesome.
It's a 5-hour drive. I'm gonna sleep in the back of my pickup. It's gonna be horrible.
Sleep in the bed of it?
No, like the back seat. Yeah.
Cool. So there's room. I'll just throw a mattress in the bed.
Sleep in the bed. It's open AF.
Under the stars.
And it rains.
It happens.
So I'm going to make that one. But yeah, I'm going to work on him a little bit because I think there's better opportunities than recovery team. You know what I mean? Especially if there's not like a huge recovery.
That's what he's trying to give you, huh?
Yeah, that's what he's given me so far. But I feel like it's like a negotiation.
Seems like maybe you talked to the guy that ran that event.
That's what I think I could call up Kevin and be like, Kevin, listen, like this guy is trying to not give me a radio. I bring enough to the radio.
Like
I have a voice for podcasting, so I'm pretty much built for a radio.
I need a headset.
I cannot not have one.
No one will recognize me if I don't have my headset.
That's what I'm saying. Like my ears are already accustomed to it and everything. So I'm just saying, I feel like I bring more to the table than the recovery crew.
Yeah.
Not that that's a non-important job, but like if the world were to end and make like only essential people can work at this off-road race, like when's that ever happen? Is recovery essential?
Maybe.
Can we just make it's like Monster Jam where they make like the broke rig part of the course? You know what I mean? They just like fuck your buggy.
Just drive over it.
Just drive over it. You drive around it or you drive over it. Depends on how big your balls are, I guess, right? So that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's some better opportunities out there for me.
Yeah.
So I probably need to talk to the right people. Maybe he doesn't have enough pull.
You better call somebody.
I'll call his boss.
There you go.
I'll go over his head. That's what I'll do.
You still got his number?
Yeah.
You got it saved, don't you?
Yeah, damn right I do. I'll call his boss. I'll be like, listen, your employee is trying to lowball me.
I'm looking for a spot in a headset.
Yeah. I'm looking for a job that requires a headset.
Yeah.
And he's going to give me the same, like, well, Ian, there's only 2 people that wear a headset. And I'm like, okay, so am I taking yours or am I taking his? Like, you just need to let me know whose headset. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'll wipe it down.
Yeah, I'll clean it up. I just need to know whose headset I'm replacing. I don't care that there's only 2 people. I'm gonna replace one of them. They can add one or I can replace one. It's not my call. It's theirs. But those are their options.
When's that date again?
June 27th.
June 27th.
Come down.
So we're a whole month out.
Yeah. So they got plenty of time to get another radio ordered.
I think that I should go with you.
You can. My plan is to sleep in the back of my pickup.
Yeah.
So
I got a tent.
Just so I didn't even think about that. I do have one of those.
Just throw a tent down.
Fucking hate tent camping. I'd rather sleep.
Sleep in your truck. I'll sleep in a tent. No big deal.
Yeah. My plan is to just drive down Friday night after work.
Yep.
Do some stuff and then come back Saturday night.
Partied up.
It's a 5-hour drive.
The wife will hate me.
She's going to hate you a lot.
Yeah, we'll see.
I feel bad for talking about it, but I feel like you should not go for the sake of, like, I have an infant son. I mean, I am just living the dumb life.
It'll only be 7 weeks old at that time.
Yeah, only.
I don't. I feel bad enough that I'm here tonight for this long of time.
Yep. But that's what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to like go down there and PR the world. I'm just going to go down there and I started off the year going, fuck yeah, I'm going to do all these events and go to all this stuff. And then COVID happened. And then I had the opportunity. I was talking with Shelby about Flat Nasty and I was, you know what? Quit being a bitch and just fucking go. Like, even if you just bomb down there, go and be back, like, just shut the fuck up. Here's your chance. Just go. So I'm just going to go. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to do my thing. That's
what you should do.
I better get a fucking radio. And I'm looking at you, Shelby. Kevin. either one. I don't know. Who do I need to call? Do I need to call somebody over Kevin? I mean, I don't think there's anybody over Kevin, but I'll call his wife.
Yeah. You think she's got pull on that?
Yeah, mine does.
Maybe.
Mine runs our relationship. I tell you that much. Like, people are like, what are you doing this day? I'm like, I don't know. Fucking clue. You need to ask my wife. The smart ones just ask her directly.
Yeah.
And then the best part is the joke's really on them because she always asks me because she's super nice. And she's like, hey, do you want to do this? I'm like, fuck no. And then she'd be like, oh, we're busy. I'm like, that's why you're awesome. Sometimes we actually are busy, but you know, it happens.
Yeah. Huh?
So anyway.
We know Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah. Other times we're just being a grumpy, lazy fuck and don't want to get off the couch. But so, yeah. So in my effort to improve my life, I'm just going to say, fuck it. I'm going to go.
There you go.
And if I could get a ride in a buggy, that'd be exciting.
There were some people that said that you could drive their buggy.
I really think I should be like, again, with the radio thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like riding in a buggy is not enough.
You need more.
I think somebody should let me drive one.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, why not?
Because you're experienced in buggy driving.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've sat in one that didn't run.
I've made a lot of motor noises. I've had a lot of dreams of driving a buggy. I think that counts as experience.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So yeah.
It's the real deal.
Semi-professional.
Buggy dream driver.
Buggy dream driver. The driver of dreams. No, that is not bullshit. Driver. It's the buggy of dreams. And yeah. No, I don't have my own insurance. No, I'm not going to be able to afford your shit when it broke.
Like, do you need insurance for that?
I feel like if somebody was going to get in my buggy, I'd be like,
you insured?
Do you have the money to fix this if you fuck it up? And the answer for me is no, I don't.
Yeah.
I can barely afford my junk. Yeah. You can come get a couple parts off my shit if it works for you. I don't know, whatever, but I'm here to work with you. I'm not here to completely fuck your shit up and leave, but let's be honest. I'm going to roll your shit over. And as long as I'm okay, I'm going to get my truck. I'm going to drive home.
Thanks, bud.
So like, I'll give you a shout out on my podcast. But how much is that really worth to you now that I've TKO'd your buggy?
$5.
I don't know. Maybe it's 10. It's not worth the price of the new parts. I promise you that. So it comes down to somebody should just let me do it.
Should we start a GoFundMe?
Yeah.
For when you roll the buggy.
But what if somebody does it for free? Like, what if somebody's like, dude, you're so awesome. Drive my buggy, please.
No, he sold his buggy.
Well, that's why.
He sold it. He'll have a new thing.
He sold it and lost money just so I wouldn't be able to get in it because he knew.
Oh, really?
I think that's the truth.
That's rough.
He didn't say that, but I get the vibes. He's putting out the vibes that he sold that just so he wouldn't have to give me a ride in it. Because he knew as soon as I get a ride, I'm like, all right, I got to drive this motherfucker, and then I'm going to fuck it up.
That's dedication.
He lost thousands of dollars on that, I'm sure.
all
to not have me drive it. I get it. I mean, I'm pretty good at fucking shit up.
It takes real dedication.
If I can fuck it up, it needs to be built better. Right? Yeah. Isn't that the whole build it, break it, fix it concept? I got a t-shirt that says that.
Build it, break it, fix it better.
Yep. No, it doesn't say better. It just says fix it. Like, I don't know if that means like cobble the shit back together and send it, but
depends on which era of Ian we have.
Yeah. Dealer's choice on how good you want to fix it. Like, is it fucking it'll ride fixed, or is it like, fuck yeah, it's fixed? It's fixed.
It's better than it were before.
Yeah, it's not in two pieces. It's bubblegum welded together in one. So that's all I got.
Where are we at? We had 90 minutes?
Yeah, we're out the door.
We're somewhere there?
We're at the $1:30.
Do we make it long enough that people will be satisfied with our length?
That was a good little end of the podcast rant about
for your side
how awesome I am.
We'll see how the listeners like it. Well, all right. You want to shut this thing?
If they don't like it, they can
not listen to that part.
Not listen to the whole fucking thing.
Not listen to that part.
Just listen to 86% of this podcast and not.
All right. 100. Another hour and a half of your life has passed and you're still not a member of the Facebook group.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Total Offroad Podcast Trail Riders on Facebook. Come on, get in there. Come hang out and see the stuff. And
it's not a garage ornament.
You know, but it is going to be bikini blue.
Damn
it. So come get in there, and then you guys can jump in on Friday mornings when I ask what we're going to talk about, and then you guys can give us some cool hot take stuff, and we'll put that together because that was pretty fun.
It's something I'd like to start doing a little more. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's cool. So, you know the spiel. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at total_offroad_podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at low_KEE_XJ. You can follow Ian on Instagram at offroad_Ian. Check us out on TikTok because I got one of those things. Don't forget to check out the website, www.totaloffroadpodcast.com. Is that everything?
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Damn.
Yeah, forgot about YouTube.
How about that?
So go figure, we always forget about YouTube.
Not reading that line.
Fucking YouTube.
YouTube, Total Off-Road Podcast. It's across the platforms. You can find us. So if you can't find us on any of those things, just Google Total Off-Road Podcast.
We do come up on the Googs.
We do. So we're famous.
We're on a list. Let's put it that way. We are on someone's list. What list? That's for you to decide, but we're on a list.
We're on a list. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and we'll catch you on the trail.